Stronger is a new movie surrounding the Boston Marathon, this movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal. Now, as you might have guessed, I was definitely interested to see this movie. I'm a Bostonian. I loved Patriots Day, which is the most recent movie that came out surrounding the Boston Marathon, and I'm a big fan of Jake Gyllenhaal, so this seemed like it was a movie that could be interesting. And needless to say, yeah, this movie is very interesting. This movie surrounds the real-life story of Jeff Bowman, who Jake Gyllenhaal plays. And you see in the beginning of the movie, he's your normal, everyday guy. He currently lives in a little tiny apartment with his mom. You know, he goes to work, he goes to a bar to watch the Red Sox with his buddies, all the while continuously trying to patch things up with his on-again, off-again girlfriend. Except this time when he goes to patch things up with her, he finds out that she is running in the marathon. He's like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna come out to support you. You say I never show up? Well, you know what? This time I'm gonna show up. So yeah, he goes to the marathon, he's cheering her on, and then all of a sudden you hear the explosions, he blacks out, he wakes up in the hospital, and the doctors tell him and his family and his girlfriend, everyone, that he has lost both of his legs. Now, what I really like that the movie did is it did not focus on the marathon, because obviously with Patriots Day, we had already gotten a movie like that. Patriots Day was a movie that's focused strictly on the marathon, you know, what went on, the investigation, the manhunt, everything. So my fear was Stronger was gonna do the exact same thing. You know, we were gonna get another take on how that happened. In this case, Stronger tells the real life story of a survivor of the marathon and him trying to get his way back into the world and overcome what he now has to deal with. And Jake Gyllenhaal in this movie once again just shows why he's one of the best actors working today. You really see the struggle that he has to deal with, the attention that he's now receiving, and because he portrays Jeff Bowman as such a likable guy, it has you rooting for him the whole way, like, dude, go get it. One of the other areas that the movie focused on that I really felt was important was it shows how, you know, all the people in Boston, all the news stations, reporters, everyone, you know, they put a lot of attention on Jeff Bowman as, you know, this hero, as this survivor. It's like, dude, you are Boston strong, you made it. You're showing everyone out there that you're not giving up, that you can do it. You know, having him wave the flag at the Garden before a Bruins game, you know, having him throw the first pitch out during a Red Sox game. You know, he's becoming a little bit of a celebrity, and what I loved seeing is he hates it. He doesn't want all this attention. He doesn't want to be seen as a celebrity simply because he survived this massacre. All he wants is to be able to walk again and just get back to his normal life. And when you see the struggle of what he has to deal with, it can be painful to watch. I mean, for a while, you just see him stuck in a wheelchair, you know, just having to make his way through his apartment, make his way through the city. I mean, he can't even reach toilet paper off the toilet seat when he's taking a shit. And of course, when you're stuck in such an awful situation, it can drive you to depression. It can drive you to do some stupid shit. There's this one scene in particular. He's at the bar with a few of his friends. You know, he's getting really drunk. His friends are too. They decide to go in a car. He decides to drive, and he turns to one of his friends like, hey, you get down there, you work the brakes, I'm gonna get us home. You know what? Because I'm still a normal guy, I'm still gonna be able to drive. You know what? I'm driving right now. Let's fucking go. Kind of reminds me of that scene in Toy Story 2 where, you know, all the toys are trying to work the car, you know, one's steering, a couple are working the gas pedals. Am I the only one who thought that? Really? Okay. But what the movie also does a great job of showing is he's not the only one that has to deal with the situation. His girlfriend is. You know, in the back of her mind, she can't help but think to herself, you know what, if I had just told him to stay away from the marathon, if I just didn't tell him I was in the fucking marathon, he wouldn't have come. He'd still have both of his legs. No one blames her for what happened to him, but it's something that she just can't help but feel. She's like, this is my fault somehow. So as a result, she's trying to be a good girlfriend. She's trying to help him as best as she can, but obviously, you know, he gets frustrated, he gets angry, you know, he lashes out at people just because he's in such a bad place right now. And just seeing all the sacrifices that she's making to try to help him, you see the toll it takes on her. And I love that this movie showed that people who develop a disability or in a horrible accident or whatever it is, it doesn't just affect them, it affects the people around them arguably just as much. And then there comes one scene towards the end. Jeff meets with this man. His name is Carlos. He was the guy who helped save Jeff when his legs were first blown off. And this guy Carlos, he tells him this story. He's like, I had a son. My son died in the Marines. I was so depressed when my son died that I attempted suicide, forced me to attend my son's funeral in a stretcher. And then my youngest son couldn't bear with his brother's death, couldn't bear seeing me like that. And then he committed suicide. And then he goes on to say, it's like, when I saw you in that situation, I saw it as a chance to redeem myself. I wasn't there for my sons. Now I could be there for you. Saving your life, it equally saved mine. And what I love seeing is Jeff begins to realize right here, he's like, you know what? It's the fact that I'm willing to go on and willing to try to overcome this adversity. It's what's bringing people comfort and inspiration. He begins to realize that catastrophes, while horrible, they're moments that really bring us together as humanity. So with that, he quits drinking, he begins going to his rehab a little bit more, working a lot more harder to, get back on his feet. When I say that, it means, to put on those amputee legs and, start walking again. You know what I meant. And then the final scene, he's slowly able to walk into a cafe, meets with his girlfriend, just sits down and he tells her, I love you. And that right there is pretty much where the movie ends. So all in all, I will say, Stronger was definitely a powerful movie to say the least. Jake Gyllenhaal, once again, he just crushes it in this movie. Will he get nominated for an Oscar? I have no idea. I felt he should have been nominated for Nightcrawler a couple years back, so I have no idea. But if I'm the Academy, I'm at least giving him consideration. The actress who played Jeff Bowman's girlfriend, I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce her name. I looked up her name, I tried to say it, I can't say it. I'm sorry, guys. She's not gonna see this video anyway, so who cares? But yeah, she does a great job in this movie too. Like I said, she does a great job at showing the kind of effect that this has on those close to someone who suffers these injuries. The story is great. I mean, yes, it's very sad, it's rough, it's not an easy watch, but it's ultimately a movie that does inspire hope and the ability to keep going when you suffer something so horrible. I also feel this might be an easier watch than Patriots Day was. One of the things I heard about Patriots Day is some people felt it was too soon to be making a movie about something so catastrophic. I feel this movie being more of a focus on someone trying to recover from the bombing rather than being on the bombing itself, it might be an easier watch for people. And in the end, the movie may not have been the easiest watch in the world, but it was definitely worth watching. So that's all I gotta say, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you all next time.